Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the next one under accountant center is make journal entry. Already we have discussed regarding journal entry. And after that, the next one is working chair balance. Click on working chair balance, what you can see. Right? Select period, last fiscal year, not last fiscal year, this fiscal year. Select this fiscal year. If you, okay, select this fiscal year. So it means from the 1st January 2020 up to 31st December 2020. So these are the information that we have. What are these? Are the accounts, and this is the opening balance, and this is the transactions that we have made during the year, and these are the adjustments which we made through the journal entry, and this is the closing balance. Let us select, for example, the bank account, Kabul Bank. Opening balance for Kabul Bank, there is no opening balance. How many transactions we made during the year? For example, this is the amount of transactions. From where we made these transactions? Either we made from the vendor, either we made from the banking, or otherwise we made it from where? From the customers. So the transactions that you made from all different parts is called transactions. And adjustments. This adjustment is basically belong to journal entry, general journal entry. Any transactions that you have entered into the general journal entry is basically shown under adjustment. If you say no, then click on this one. See, regarding bank, click on this one. All of these transactions will belong to a general journal entry. So simply we can say that general journal entry is used especially for the purpose of adjustments, not for the routine transactions of the business. If you sell something, for example, you can record, for example, we can say account receivable to sales or cash to sales. It is the rules of debit and credit, but that is not the exact way that you record it under the general journal entry. So if you record something under the general journal entry, it will be considered as what? An adjustment. So now we can say that general journal entry is usually used for the purpose of adjustment. So this is the transaction that you made, and this is the adjustments, and this is the ending balance, right? So this one plus this one become total of this one itself. Why there is no opening balance? Because at this time there was no opening balance. But if you change the date, for example, the March or April, you may find out basically an opening balance. Still there is no opening balance. You can change the date, for example, to the June, then you may find out there's opening balance. Why there was no opening balance? Because at the 1st January, this account was not created. So that is why there was no opening balance. Now for most of the accounts, we have opening balance. Why? Because we have created this account later on. So that is why there was no opening balance. So opening balance of Kabul Bank plus transactions and of course plus adjustment, this is ending balance. So the same thing for PT Cash. This is the opening balance, there was no transaction, and this is the ending balance. And the same thing, right? For every type of accounts, asset accounts, liability accounts, and so on, so you can specify which accounts, how much was opening, how many transactions, how much adjustment is made, and how much is ending balance, right? So either the base can be cash basis or the base can be accrual basis. Usually you have to select the accrual basis. So this was the purpose of adjusting working chair balance. So this is working chair balance that you can see how much is opening, how much is transaction is made, how much adjustment is made through the journal, and how much is the closing balance. Closing balance for each type of account that you can see from here itself. Then if you want to make some adjustment, for example, to some accounts, let us say, for example, you want to make some adjustment to banking account, then you have to solve it and mention the reference as work paper reference. You can provide your work paper reference and then click on the adjustment. If you feel that there is some mistakes, for example, in this account, we made a deposit but it is not adjusted, or we made a payment, it's not adjusted. So then you can click on the adjustments, and then you can consider which account become debit and which account should become credit. So then save it. So this is basically the working chair balance. Below point, there is same thing like only show accounts with the transaction activities. If you select this one, so the number of accounts may decrease, right? Those accounts which there is no balance, so will not be shown. See, all those accounts which they have some balance, so it will be shown, for example. Let us say, for example, we have checked that there is some mistakes in this account, or we made some mistake, for example, regarding account payable. So you can provide a reference, then you can click on the adjustments, and see, for example, which account should become debit and which account should become credit, right? If there are some adjustments. So for me, there's no adjustment, so I'm going to close that part.